In 1986, Tecmo released an arcade game called Rygar, which was pretty much a side-scrolling action platformer designed to engorge pocket loads of quarters. Typical of Tecmo, the game was soon ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System, and also typical of Tecmo, the home version differed vastly from its arcade counterpart. Released for the NES in July of 1987, Rygar exchanges the linear platforming stages of its quarter-munching doppelganger in favor of an open world akin to the likes of Metroid. A Metroidvania adventure before Metroidvania was even a thing. In '87, this was a fresh and innovative idea. Equipped with a yo-yo type weapon called the Disc Armor, Rygar jumps and fights his way through a vast world of beasts and monstrosities. The game consists of both side-scrolling and overhead levels, loaded with numerous doors, oftentimes opening a whole new world to explore. The open area of Garloz serves as a central hub world in which numerous paths to unexplored regions can be accessed. Similar to adventure games such as Metroid, certain areas can't be reached until the necessary equipment is in hand. The grappling hook allows Rygar to climb to otherwise unreachable areas, the pulley lets Rygar cross crevasses along a rope, while the crossbow can provide the rope which is required to cross certain voids. Making mental notes of where to return once the correct item is obtained is a must, similar to other games within the genre. Of course, being released in 1987, Rygar was leaps and bounds ahead of its time, with its closest resemblance being the aforementioned Metroid, along with The Legend of Zelda and Goonies 2. But being a precursor to all three of those amazing adventures, Rygar does suffer from some glaring faults. Despite a large open world setting with area after unexplored area to traverse, inhabited with numerous carnivorous demons and bosses, Rygar lacks any password or save system. And Rygar is definitely not a game that you will finish in a single sitting. Backtracking, memorization, trial and error, and grinding are all part of the game. Wait a minute. Grinding? Yes, there's actually an experience and level up system in Rygar. While not intricate by any stretch of the imagination, your character can be powered up by amassing points by defeating enemies. While the subscreen doesn't really offer any clues as to when the next level will be gained, just keep in mind that more points equals more strength. Your stamina and life all increase when leveling up, with the latter collecting more health units similar to the heart containers in Zelda. You also have 3 different spells which can be used, which are accessed through the subscreen. Collecting star vials will increase the power required to cast such magic. On top of that, with several items eventually harbored within the sub-menu, it's easy to see how much Rygar would have benefited from utilizing a save or password feature. Rygar can be painfully cryptic, offering extremely vague and ambiguous clues, which wasn't all too uncommon for a late 80s title. The game offers no map feature whatsoever, so unless you love to draw, you better have the memory of an elephant. The instruction booklet at least included a basic map of Garloz to help you get started, but combined the lack of an in-game map with a non-existent save feature, and the glaring question becomes, just how the hell were people supposed to beat this game back in the day? Well, back in '88 I used this invaluable piece of literature. Loaded with maps and tips, the official Nintendo Player's Guide along with Nintendo Power was our internet. This book was my Bible in the late 80s and was essential when it came to beating the most archaic and cryptic titles that the NES had to offer. This is how I was able to play Rygar. Well, that, and keeping the NES powered on for days. The graphics in Rygar are simply outstanding, especially for a 1987 game. Coming from Tecmo, this really shouldn't be a surprise, but the colorful landscapes and backdrops are fairly impressive for its time, and that sun looming in the blood-red sky is a hell of a way to start an adventure to show off Rygar's outstanding aesthetics. The enemy sprites are also attractive, though many are just palette swaps, but regardless, the nefarious cast which opposes Rygar perfectly fits the mood of the game, whether massed high in the trees or thriving in one of the game's more forlorn settings. And with an absolutely gorgeous 8-bit world, the soundtrack surely complements these environments with justice, right? Oh yeah. While some of the tracks are hit or miss, the majority of the music on Rygar is exceptional and even plays a familiar tune when visiting one of the many hermits hidden throughout the game. I knew it! Rygar is a fantastic game, but hasn't exactly aged well. Since I played this game when it was fairly new, I definitely appreciate it for what it had to offer, despite lacking what its peers had. Metroid, Zelda, and Goonies 2, all three of which I had played months before Rygar, all offered save or password features. This is a deal breaker. While I do highly recommend Rygar, I do so with a caveat. Emulate it. Play it with save states. The game is best enjoyed when you can stop and go as you wish, not when you're shackled to an 8-bit machine until completion. Super Mario 3. Now luckily for collectors and hardcore purists, Rygar isn't expensive at all, so definitely add it to your collection. Unfortunately, only the arcade version is available on the Wii Virtual Console, so again, I stress emulation, or pop the cart into your Retron 5. I advise anyone who enjoys action/adventure/exploration games or Metroidvania titles to revisit the genre's roots, if only to fully appreciate what Rygar has done for video games. Experience this often overshadowed gem for yourself.